This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNN Live. We're at the Planet MicroCap Showcase 2018 in Las Vegas. Rob Cook is with me today to do a Wall Street view. He's the Senior VP Market Development Person at the CSE. That stands for the Canadian Securities Exchange. Rob, welcome back to SNN Live.
Thank you, Shelley. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's good to have you at the conference. So let's talk about the CSE, and let's get a brief overview for the audience.
Well, the CSE, I almost don't have to introduce ourselves anymore. We are the smaller stock exchange in Canada, but the fastest growing. In terms of listed companies, we doubled our size in the last 5 years, and our trading has never been more robust.
Let's talk about a brief history of the CSE.
We actually launched in 2003 and were recognized as a stock exchange in 2004 once the Securities Commission figured out that yes, you are a real stock exchange with real rules, procedures, and a very efficient trading engine. We've done nothing but grow since then. We do focus on the small cap space because that's where the new companies are coming from. And our mission is to reduce the cost of capital for those companies. And we've been quite successful at that. We have a very low fee environment, and we have something that our companies appreciate, which is called reduced friction cost, dealing with the exchange. So we have a very simple, straightforward rule book, which has stand us in good stead. And recently, there's been some sectors, such as cannabis and blockchain, that have really taken off and have contributed a lot to the growth of our exchange and the ability of the companies to raise money.
So what attracts these cannabis companies and blockchain companies to go public on the CSE in particular?
I think the fact that investors have access to our exchange so that the trading is very robust in our market. The retail investor is quite interested in the newer industries. These companies are growing, the industries are growing, their profits are growing, so there's a lot of interest in these companies. They're able to go public, they're able to raise a lot of capital. Last year our companies collectively raised $1 billion. And our first company to reach $1 billion in market cap happened this January.
Which company was that?
That was called CanTrust. Yeah.
Now, what's the competitive landscape for the CSE?
Well, we compete with the TSX Venture Exchange, which is owned by the TMX Group that also owns the Toronto Stock Exchange. We're independent of them, and we've been relatively, more successful. Our market has doubled in size in the last 5 years, so we've been very active. We are almost inundated with listing applications at the moment. There are so many, we've had to staff up. Yeah, so that's been a good thing. And we are going to be, we hope, the first stock exchange to introduce clearing and settlement through blockchain. We have a blockchain built into our trading engine that can perform the clearing and settlement of the trades instantaneously.
What's your relationship and what is the U.S. investor relationship like with the CSE?
There's two ways for U.S. investors to access trading on the CSE. One would be through an American broker-dealer that does have a correspondent relationship with Canadian dealers. I talked to one here the other day, BMA, and they go through either Canaccord or RBC, which are large Canadian investment dealers. The other thing that we recommend to our listed companies, if they want to attract interest from U.S. investors, that they should get themselves a quotation on the OTCQB. So we have a really good relationship with the OTC Markets Group, and once they know the company's listed on the CSE, they will accept them, and then they can have markets in both countries. And there are market makers on both sides of the border that keep the markets in line. So if you look at the price on the CSE and the price on the OTCQB, you see the difference is the exchange rate, right? So it works very well.
From what you could tell me, what are some of the growth drivers for the CSE?
The growth drivers are usually the growth in listings. Okay, A, you got to list the company. B, investors got to want to trade it, right? So we've been quite successful at that because our list has increased and trading in those securities has increased.
Do you have any indexes that you could tell us about?
We do have an index. We have two. We have a composite index. It's based on market cap. It's weighted by market cap. We also have what we call the CSE 25 index, which is the 25 largest companies by market cap.
Let's get your website out for more information if you would.
Our website is thecse.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wall Street View with Rob Cook, and he's the Senior VP of Market Development at the Canadian Securities Exchange, also known as the CSE. I'm Shelley Kraft, this is SNN Live, and we're coming to you live from the Planet MicroCap Showcase 2018 right here in Las Vegas. Rob, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you, Shelley. I enjoyed it.